family. Welcome to my first edition of Financial Fridays, where I'm going to discuss financial tips on everyday living, creating better money habits, investing for your future, and developing a growth mindset, something I think that's most important. My first series of videos this month, I'm discussing building generational wealth. All right, and I'm probably going to touch on this topic a few times because it's a lot to discuss when discussing building wealth. All right, so let's start from what I believe is the foundation of building generational wealth. And it became a very trendy topic. We know that just before COVID. And now everyone's talking about building generational wealth, right? But first thing we need to understand is it's not for you. It's not for you. It's for the next generation. And you need to own something to pass it on to your loved ones. All right? Just stacking money is not enough, guys. And with the rate of inflation, that money will be eaten up in no time. That's another video coming down the road. Passing on wealth. Passing on wealth is passing on an asset that will pay them on a regular basis and continues to grow in value. All right, you know I'm a real estate person, but it doesn't have to be real estate. It could be any asset that would do that, right? But it's no secret that 90% of millionaires own some type of real estate, right? They understand the value and the appreciation of that real estate. But anyway, let's get down to the foundation. In order to leave wealth behind and have it function as you desire, we must have a few things in place, guys. And this is where I'm about to say a few dirty words. Some people may plug their ears and some people may scroll on by, right? Because in our community, we don't put enough value on these things. And we should. We absolutely should. I have some lived experiences, and this is probably why my value is different, right? We need to have a whole estate plan, guys. And don't let that term intimidate you. It's just a plan for your affairs. So you can dictate how you want things done when you're no longer here, right? Part of that estate plan is having life insurance. I can't tell you how many GoFundMe pages I have contributed to and probably will contribute to a few more. There's no bias and judgment here because I know that's not something that we discuss. But we need to have life insurance. And again, I had a lived experience. My brother was killed when I was 14, right? So not only did my mom had to bury her son, he didn't have life insurance, right? So I walked that walk through that with my mom. And in addition to that, he had just had a baby a few years earlier. I think my niece was 4 or 5 when my brother was killed back in the 80s. So he was one of those statistics of a black man dying in the streets of D.C. Yes, I'm from Washington, D.C. And so I lived that. And so I have a different value system for life insurance. I don't have kids, but I have nieces and nephews. And I definitely want to be able to provide some things for them. So, you know, the generation behind me will have it a little easier, right? You know, I have a couple prerequisites in place where they're going to have to learn some things before it's just passed on to them. Otherwise, they're just going to blow through it, sell the real estate, and then they're going to end up right back in the same place, just like people that win the lottery. You know, within 5 years, most of them are broken right back in the same spot. But also, guys, we need to have a trust. We need to have a trust. You need to have a revocable trust. I'm not an attorney. I'm not here giving advice. I'm just sharing my opinion on my shared life experiences, okay? Because I created a trust because my concern when I was taking care of my mom that was diagnosed with dementia, that if anything happened to me, I wanted to make sure she was taken care of. So I laid it all out. I laid it all out in the trust, how she would be taken care of, where the money would come from, assets that would be sold off, and in what order they would be sold off, and how that money would be allocated. And if my mom passed before that, then how the money would be allocated after that. And I felt real good about that after I did it. I did. And I ain't have to do it anymore, right? I'm updating my trust as we speak, though, because my mom passed about 3 years ago. And so I'm just going to update it and remove that portion out of it and just add a few other things. But we need to have a revocable trust, and that revocable trust comes with a will, and the will dictates how you really want your assets to be allocated, okay? And one other thing, guys, if you have parents that are older, you have some loved ones that are older, put in place a POA, and that's a power of attorney, right? My mom, I'm glad she was a forward thinker, because when I brought her to her, she didn't fight it. And I'm glad we had that in place, because it allowed me to be able to take care of her the way I needed to take care of her, and have access to the things that I needed to have access to, and to protect her from some of the vultures. You know how it is when someone is, wounded, how to pray from the family comes in, and you have vultures in your family when someone is unable to take care of themselves anymore, or nearing passing or about to pass away, right? So I was able to take care of my mom in a way that she needed to be taken care of and loved on. So those are some things we need to have in place. And I know the mindset of even some of my friends who don't have life insurance, they hear me, I'm in their ear all the time, right? Because I'm a life insurance agent. Not just a life insurance agent, I'm an insurance agent, guys. So I do 401k rollovers, IRAs, annuities, everything. And that's, again, another video that we're going to discuss down the road. But because I'm an insurance agent and because of my life experiences, yeah, I'm in their ear. And, I hear them say, hey, I have enough money to bury me. If anything happens, my family is going to be able to take care of that. Okay, well, how are they going to get to the money? How are they going to get to it? Right? They can't just walk in there and say, hey, my mom passed away, I need her money. At least put a POD on your account, all right? And that's a paid on death. If something happens to you, your loved ones can just come in with the death certificate and have access to that account, right? Because if they don't, they won't be able to use that money to bury you. GoFundMe, because that money is going to go through probate, all right? And that's not what we want. So I'm going to put some other things down in the comments, guys. I'm not going to tie you up too long about that, but I think the foundation of building generational wealth, you have to have a foundation before you start building, right? And the foundation of building generational wealth is having an estate plan. And that estate plan should encompass having a revocable trust that has a pour-over will. And in that estate plan, you need to have life insurance. And I know a lot of people are, not really interested in life insurance because they don't want to go through medical exams and all of that. I get it. Listen, I'm not here to promote what I do, but I am an agent as well. And I do have a product where you can get insured up to $2 million with no medical exam. 100% online, guys. And it comes with a free will. All right. So if nothing else, check the rate. I'm going to drop that link below. 100% online. You don't have to talk to me. You don't have to talk to anyone. You could just see what it would take to protect your family. All right. I'm licensed in several states. So when you click on it and you put your state in, you'll see whether or not you'll be able to go through with it. And if not, I can recommend someone to you. Or if you have someone, speak to them. Just get some sort of life insurance for your family if you don't have any. And the life insurance for your job is not enough. Because at the moment you leave that job and you go to get life insurance again, you got to get life insurance at your new attained age, and now it's more expensive. All right, so try that link out. Just see what it is and see whether or not that could be something that could be useful for your family. All right, guys, I'm going to drop some more information below, but thank you for tuning in so much for my first edition of Financial Fridays, and I'll be back next week for another segment on building generational wealth. All right, we're building up from there, guys. Growth mindset. We got to change the mindset, and there's no cliche. When we change our mindset, everything around us change, because the way we see things are different, so the way we receive things will be different, right? So that means our vision for our life will be different. All right, you just have to believe you could do it and know you can, and make it do what it do, baby. All right, have a great day on purpose. Thank you.